Hey guys, Steven from STORsquare here, coming to you from a secret location, my quarantine hideout. And I'm kind of switching up the format here a little bit. I actually am bringing a guest on this video to kind of talk to us. So I'm here today with Rick Sands from ARS Fire and Water Restoration, and he's been the owner of ARS for over 30 years, 32 years. Yeah. And he's located in Kennesaw, Georgia. So Rick, thanks for carving out some time for me today.
You bet. Thanks for having me, man. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Really quick, let's jump right into it, man. Tell us about ARS and tell us what you do. And is there a particular part of the restoration industry that you guys specialize in?
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're in what's called the fire and water restoration business. And all it really means is that we dry out houses that get flooded for different reasons. We clean up after fires, whether it's a kitchen fire or a lightning strike or whatever it is. Our job is to get in and get the house ready for repairs, whether that's moving contents out or cleaning structure, or getting it what's called paint ready. So we deal with fires. We also do deal with contents on jobs that have trees falling. You get a tree fall from wind, can do a lot of damage to a house. That contents have to go somewhere while the house is being rebuilt. A lot of cases, that whole roof has to be replaced. So our job in that case would be to go in, pull contents from the house or affected areas, bring them to our warehouse, store them. Contractor rebuilds the house, and we bring the contents back. So water, fire, and trees is pretty much what we spend our day doing.
You know, I knew about the fire and water. I don't know why I didn't process the tree part of it, but that's very interesting. That probably happens.
Yeah, we get a lot of them. As a matter of fact, lately we've had a number of them with the winds. Easter night was a mess. Last Sunday was a mess. And I think the problem is, people don't think about trees as being a damage as far as damaging their house. People always think about fires. They worry about that, right? People are always worried about fires. People are always thinking about water damages or not really concerned about them because it's water, not a big deal, although it is. But I think a lot of people don't even think about the fact that if you've got a tree in your backyard that's 80 feet tall and it's 40 feet from your house and the wind's going in the wrong direction, you're a target, man.
Oh, yeah. Rick, here's a question. I just want to add some positivity into the call here. What's the best thing about your job?
Best thing? Yeah, this is going to sound hokey, Steve, and I know it's going to come out like, sales pitch or whatever, but I mean this very sincerely when I tell you that our business is, and not just me, but it's our culture. It's the people that work there. We get a sense of satisfaction in helping people out when they're getting their butts kicked. And you think about it, when you're dealing with people's homes, and whether it's a fire or water or a tree falling, their world just got disrupted. And it's nice to be able to know that there's a plan in place, there's a process. Customers don't even know what that is, but we do, and we've been through it many times. So there's a true sense of satisfaction to be able to go into somebody who just had a fire, and they don't even know what the questions are, let alone what the answers are. But they need help, they need guidance, and they obviously need the work to get done, but they need somebody to kind of take them through the process. And I think that's one thing that I'm very proud of our employees. They get it, and they understand that these people are having a really, really bad time. It's their home, it's not a car. You wreck a car, even if you love the car, right? You fix it or you get a new car, it's not the end of the world. But when you talk about somebody's home, that's your home, man. That's your world. And so anyway, to sum it up, just being able to help people get through a really bad, tough time.
I think that just speaks a lot about your personality and why you got into this business, and it's just a help people aspect of it. So I think that speaks a lot about you.
Thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about, I know we've worked with you guys before. You've worked with STORsquare for a number of months now. What is it? Can you kind of give an example of how STORsquare has helped your business and kind of what you use us for?
Absolutely. And you guys, and I tell you this whenever I think of it, and I try to give you guys a shout out at different meetings. The main thing you guys do for us, Steve, and I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. And Missy, I know you deal with her, and I think you deal with Janet. They get these things scheduled. You guys, and I know we drive you guys crazy sometimes, we hate it, but we appreciate what you do for us. We don't have any heads up. We can't necessarily schedule a pod. We get a call at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We may know by 4 o'clock that we need one at 8 o'clock the next morning. we don't have the luxury of scheduling out a week or two. Sometimes we do, but more often it's like, man, we got to have this thing now. And you guys put square pegs in round holes. You guys, I don't know what you do. You got the magic wand or whatever you do, but you guys accommodate us, and you do it quickly. And that's a big deal for us. I told you a minute ago that our customers like to see a process. They like to know what's happening, and they like to see just things happening. And if we're able to do things like show them within 24 hours that there's a pod, in your case, sitting on their driveway, they see something happening quickly. So it helps them get comfortable with us. They get comfortable with the process. And without you guys jumping through those hoops, it wouldn't necessarily happen for us. So thank you for what you guys do there. That's a big deal. The other thing you guys do for us is, not every customer, but a lot of customers we have, if it's necessary to move contents out of their house for whatever reason, water, fire, tree, doesn't matter. A lot of cases, those customers don't want their stuff gone. It's their possessions, their things, their stuff.
Right.
And they want it there. Can't stay in the house necessarily, especially if there's a big hole in the roof, and fire or a tree or whatever. It's got to go somewhere. A lot of customers say, what's the option? I want it here. If we have a storage pod, STORsquare, in their driveway, and we're moving contents from their home, say their living room, to that pod, it's not ideal, but it's not going to a warehouse somewhere. And psychologically, that helps some people. So that helps us tremendously when you guys are able to do that.
Absolutely. And kind of going with the scheduling thing is, we try to be as upfront and honest. If we can make it happen, we will. But if we can't, we don't drag you along and make it. We'll call you in the morning and tell you no. So we do our best to try to help you guys out too. So,
and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Thank you for that. Not to interrupt you, but very often service industry people are just going to tell you what you want to hear right then to get past that rough moment, and then you get off the phone and say, "How the heck am I going to accomplish that?" And if you can't do it, I'm not preaching to you or telling you what you don't already know. If you can't do something, don't say you can, right?
Right. Exactly.
People would rather have bad news than BS, right?
Right. And honest, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
That's cool, man. We love working with you guys, and we love the clients that you bring our way, and we're so happy to help you out. I have one last question for you.
Okay.
Straight from the source. So do you have an industry tip for those watching the video, something they can take away from a restoration master like you?
Thank you. Yeah, I guess there's a couple of things here. I'll hit all three. I'll just be real quick on this. Water, for instance. And I talk about this routinely. Change out the supply lines on your washing machines, hot and cold. I mean, we do it. We tell our customers, or suggest to our customers, when the time changes and you move your clock forward or backwards, go to Home Depot, spend $25 to $30, get some supply lines, bring them back and swap them out. It'll save you headaches and money down the road. It's not a big deal. It's cheap and it's very effective. Fires, we see this routinely where people overload a wall socket with electrical appliances or whatever. Don't overload a wall socket. Those are designed to handle so much, right? There's a reason there's 2 plugs or a limited number of plugs. Put a multi-plug in if you need to, but don't run another multi-plug off a multi-plug and then put an extension cord on that and then plug in a toaster oven to that. I mean, just don't overload a wall socket and you reduce the chances of fires. And this is getting to the tree issue. And this is a big deal. I mean, we deal with, I think I may have mentioned it to you, we see more injuries and fatalities on tree damages than we do fire damages. And the reason is they happen so quick that those trees come ripping through the house before you even know it, so you can't respond. Fire, you smell smoke and you start doing what you got to do. Trees, not so much. My point is, if you live in a wooded lot and you know it's getting windy, or you know that there's a problem coming as far as storms, be really specific about where you're going to sleep. If your bedroom is on the back of the house and it's very wooded in the back of the house, move everybody to the bedrooms in the front of the house, or sleep in another room farthest away from trees.
Wow, that's awesome.
Things to think about. Some things to think about.
That's fire, water, and wind, actually. Speaking about trees. Yeah, that's perfect. That's great. Rick, I appreciate you hopping on a call with me. Now, if people watch this and they want to get in touch with you for any reason, how would they do that?
Yeah, thank you. They can just Google ARS Mitigations. That'll take them to our website. That'll give them a phone number. Our phone number is 770-516-4081. They can call me directly. My cell is 770-294-1135. They would always get somebody live, whether it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning, and it won't be an answering service and it won't be an answering device. It'll be a live ARS employee that is on call to take calls throughout the night and weekends. So anyway, if any one of those ways, Google, call us directly, call me directly, you're going to get somebody that can answer questions for you and knows what's going on.
That is a fantastic way to run a mitigation business, because the fires don't operate within working hours only. So
true that.
That's well. Hey, Rick, thanks again for hopping on a call with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll look forward to seeing you later.
Sounds great, Stephen. Thanks, man. Appreciate what you guys do for us.